Greetings, Wanderers. It's Naidra. As Season 5 comes to a close, I wanted to take the remaining materials I have for Tormented bosses and take a look and see what the drop rates look like. In this video, we're going to go through 76 Tormented boss runs and see how lucky we can get as the season comes to a close. We're going to start things off with Gregor, whatever, the lightning guy. So for this one, we are able to do a few runs, and we're also going to go and do some Duriel runs and Undariel runs. It's going to be kind of a combination of all of them, totaling 76 altogether. So hopefully we can get lucky. This season, the Mythics have a higher drop rate, so it seems like everybody's kind of had an opportunity to get one and kind of mess around with it. But let's see just how lucky we can get here today. And historically, drop rates have not necessarily always been the best. In previous seasons, you may or may not even have had the opportunity to get one. But unfortunately, we don't see any Ubers yet, or again, Mythics, whichever term you prefer. I've been playing this since pre-season, so for me, I'm going to kind of refer to them as Ubers, as just what it was known previously. But hopefully we can make that change and start calling them Mythics, as that's what they are. And like I mentioned, I've been playing since preseason, and the first couple of seasons, I was not fortunate enough to even get a single Mythic drop. But for Season 3 and 4, I was able to, and so far we've got a few in Season 5. But let's see if we can add some more onto that list. And a couple of GAs, but unfortunately, womp womp, no Mythic uniques. It looks like we got a GA on the axial conduits for the chain lightning. And as we go through the video, we'll make this a little bit quicker. Just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of the type of build that I'm using for this, which is the Lightning Spear Sorceress. Season 5, this build dominated, which is about time. Sorceress just didn't really feel too good in the previous seasons, especially not last season. While they have made some tremendous improvements overall, it just did not feel good to play on the Sorceress, and really didn't feel like we were able to complete the different endgame content that was available to us. But Season 5, everything changed, so really excited about that. Hopefully as we go into Season 6, we won't have that same problem, and hopefully we'll continue being powerful among other character classes too. I really believe that there should be good balance between all of the classes. There really shouldn't be a single class that's overpowered, or rather there shouldn't be any that are underpowered where I don't feel like I can complete the content that's available to us. Everyone should be able to get to about the same level. Of course, we've got those 1% of players that are able to go far and beyond, and that's okay too. I mean, if you're putting in the time and you've got the time to put into it, then I don't see anything wrong with being a little bit more powered than your casual average player. But ultimately, again, for everybody else, the power level should be similar and balanced throughout the classes. And nothing yet. At least we're getting a bunch of Shards of Agony. That's great. Womp womp. We've got a couple of GAs, ring and a staff, but no Mythic uniques yet. We haven't even gotten anything with 2 GAs on it yet either. So hopefully we can get something good out of all of these runs. And the whole purpose really of this video is just to take advantage of all of the materials we've collected. They did definitely make it a little bit easier to get those materials in this season. So wanted to take advantage of that before the season comes to a close here. Normally at the end of the season, whatever I have left, I'll just give out for free, including my gold. So after we get this video all done, probably will be giving out whatever I have left, including the rest of my gold. So if you're watching this video and you're interested, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know if you need the gold. Right now I believe I've got around 5 or 6 billion, which Really isn't a lot in comparison to some of the other players that we have out there, but it's better to give away or let somebody else have an opportunity to do something with it than just let it sit there. Once again, we've got a GA here, but still, we don't have any Mythic uniques, even with this increased drop rate. All right. Is this going to be the lucky one? Oh, looks like we've got a 2GA focus. So it looks like we're making a little bit of progress and getting a little bit better here, but still no Mythic uniques. Womp womp. Same thing here. Looks like we've got a GA and nothing else. A 2GA boot. Penitent Greaves, don't need those. Curious how many people are also partaking in the selling on Diablo.trade. I haven't actually jumped on there and sold any of my items on there, but I know some people are doing it, and I'm just not sure how much success we're seeing from it. But if you guys are a firm believer and recommend going on there and taking the time to do those trades, let me know. I know we've got to be getting close to something here, so let's see. What have we got? Nothing. 1 GA on a ring. All right. I know we're going to get it. I'm feeling it, and we're going to get it. Here we go. What? Excuse? Still nothing. It doesn't feel very increased to me so far. See, are we lucky? No. Nothing just yet. But we're patient. We can wait. I'm feeling it. We're gonna get something. And who knows, maybe we'll get more than one in a single drop. Let's take a look. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got one. We got a helm. And is this going to be a Shaco? Yes, we got a Shaco. Unfortunately, no GA on it, but that's one. So 25 runs, and we finally got our first one. Not complaining. I'll take it. 2 GA ring. Okay. All right. We're heating up now. $26 runs so far with one Mythic unique. I'm pretty confident we're going to be able to get at least 5 or more, so I'm feeling our luck's going to turn around here shortly. Let's take a look. 27, we've got 1 GA on the pants, but no Mythics. At the very least, to give us a Fist of Fate that's got a couple of GAs on it, I'll take that as well. No Mythics on run number 28. And only 1 GA. Curious to know what you guys have been seeing in this season, and if you guys have had better luck, and if any of you guys were just purely Mythic hunting, how many in total you were able to get. For me, I've gotten about 20 or so, and of which I've had a couple of GAs on the Melted Heart, and also have gotten a GA on Doombringer and the Avarian Staff as well. Unfortunately, those are really not ones that I use, so it didn't help me out with my journey, but nonetheless, it is nice to still see those GAs on there. It'd be really nice if I was able to trade them and give them to somebody that would potentially be able to use them, but here we are. Oh, 3 GA chest armor. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. Nothing good. 32 runs with only one Mythic so far. Having a hard time believing this. I was certain we'd be able to get at least one every 10 runs. Might make another video after this and go through and salvage everything I have in hopes to get a Shaco with a GA on it as well. That one's been ever elusive. I'm happy to at least have a Shaco, but would love to see one with the GA on cooldown reduction. I've seen a lot of people out there haven't had the opportunity to get those. 34 runs in so far, and we don't even get a GA this time. Womp, womp, womp. Seen a couple of crazy Oculus ones out there too. And I've heard some people have been making teleport builds, which sounds like fun. Really wish they would bring back the teleport sorceress like we had in Diablo 2. I would much rather spend mana, however you pronounce that one, on the teleport versus having a cooldown and not being able to. It just doesn't feel like a sorceress if you can't teleport around as much as you want to, or as much as your resource allows you to. But maybe in a future season we'll see that improvement. In fact, right when everything starts to feel good for all of our characters, of course, they're going to shift everything when the expansion comes out. Historically, the expansions have been good for Diablo. I know Diablo 3 was saved by the expansion, and that was really good. So, hoping that we'll see something similar coming into Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. A lot of hype around it lately, and a lot of good stuff that we've seen in the previews. Personally, I didn't play the PTR, but the same thing with the Season 5 PTR is it's hard to say if that's what it's going to really feel like when the season really starts, as they make some changes. Although I will say I do recommend playing the PTR, and I do plan to do it going forward. Love giving that feedback, and we saw how quickly they were able to turn everything around from the PTR Season 5 and then to the actual season release. It felt much better. The drop rates in the Infernal Hordes were a lot better when the season actually launched versus what people were saying they were seeing in the PTR. So really glad to see that they're listening and they're taking the feedback and they're implementing things to make our playing experience better. Although I will say they have had many, many years to get this right, and while it was disappointing that Season 1 didn't quite have all of the mechanics and everything we wanted to see, the progress that they've made season over season has been really great, especially with Season 4 having a complete overhaul, and then Season 5 seeing a character class balance, which is really great too. So in this projection that we've had, really excited to see what more we're able to do when the Season 6 comes out, along with the Vessel of Hatred as well. But so far looking really good, really excited about the Mercenaries too, and that's definitely something I'm going to play around with. But again, some really, really great previews we've seen. We'll see if that turns out like what we expect to see. So run 43, and we've still only got one mythical unique, which now at this point is getting a little bit hard to believe. The expectation going into this was hoping to see at least one every 10 runs or so, but so far 44 runs, and we've still only got the one. So again, got my fingers crossed. I think we're going to get this turned around, and we'll hopefully start to get a few more. But regardless, I would say getting something is always better than nothing, and still, it's got to be better than what we've seen in the previous season. So let's keep trekking along here. We've got a GA on a Godslayer crown and a GA on a dagger, but we still don't quite have a second mythic. got a couple of GAs, but not what we're looking for. Run 47. Keep seeing the purple on the screen making me think that there's a mythic that dropped, but that is just a part of the season journey, which I completely didn't realize. You can go back and collect more seasonal chests after you've completed the season journey, which is kind of cool that they expanded it and made you be able to interact with it and kind of incentivizing continuing that season journey. So I think that's really great. Run 48 and we've still got nothing, and oh, there we go. Mother's gift is waiting to be claimed. Probably got like 30 or 40 chests waiting for me right now, because really, like I mentioned, I've forgotten all about it, but we'll take it. Ah, nothing. Got a couple of GAs. I'll take it. Love to see a 4 GA drop potentially, but I think now we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Alright, 50 is going to be the lucky one. Here we go. Run 50. What do we got? Do us some justice, Indariel. What? Are you kidding? Still nothing. 50 runs, and we've only got one mythic unique so far. This is insane. I would probably say this is my least favorite Uber boss to challenge. It really bothers me that you can't just take her down no matter how powerful you are. You have to go through that last portion where she pulls up the bubbles and you gotta go and take those down. It's really frustrating. It just takes up more time for no reason. I mean, I get the mechanic, but it just seems like it's something that's not necessary, especially when nobody else really does that. Run number 52. We're getting a couple of GAs here, but still no mythic. Are we going to get a second mythic before we finish doing these runs, or are we going to just be stuck with one? A lot of speculation out there with mythic drops. I've heard a lot of rumors that the person putting in the materials for the Uber bosses tend to get the least amount of mythic uniques. I've also heard the opposite as well, but let me know what you guys think, or if there's something that's proven out there. I would love to hear about it in the comments below. All right, we're gonna get something. I just know it. The disrespect. How dare. If we don't start seeing some better drops here, I'm about to Rasengan this witch all the way into Naruto Shippuden. My god, come on. Come on, Uber! Mythic! Something! Please, for the love of God, 55 runs. We can't just go with only one. And not even a GA, man. Not my lucky day today. Maybe I should have saved this for another day. I really do love how they made Andariel look very, very similar to Diablo 2. They just enhanced her a little bit versus Duriel. I mean, Duriel still looks the same, but man, he's purposely supposed to look that terrible. I was hoping they would change him a little bit, give him a slightly different form, something that's still terrifying, but maybe a little bit more pleasing to look at. 57 runs, 1 mythic. How do you guys feel about the wings that they've introduced into the game? Initially, they had Anarius's wings, which you can turn on as an emote or whatever, but you're not able to really utilize them all the time. I rather enjoy it. I like the cosmetic looks. I like them even better when the cosmetics are free, but I do quite enjoy having the wings and different looks you can kind of choose from. Gives you more options on what you want to look like. I think it's really great. It'd be cool to see some kind of wild looking pets, maybe a pet dragon or something that can fly and pick up some of these items and things a little bit quicker. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves, right? Alright, run number 59. Excuse me? Still nothing? 59 runs, we got nothing. We have the 1 mythic that we got pretty quickly on. Run number 60. Let's go, baby. This is it. Show me the money. And we got nothing. I'm about to just quit and come back a different day. This is very discouraging. Does not look very increased drop rate for the mythics so far, but again, we've still got about 15 runs left to go. We can turn this around easily. My very first mythic drop for this season was actually a double mythic drop, and I got 2 Avarion staffs from Zir, and one of them actually had a GA on it too, and unfortunately not really much you can do with the Avarion staff this season, but hopefully they fix that too and make a little bit more use of it. Having those shrines activate every here and there is nice to have, but when you're working against bosses, it's really not that useful. And run 62, we've got a mythic sword. So we got a Doombringer. All right, now we're cooking. We've got 2 mythic uniques out of 62 runs. I know we're not going to finish this off with only 2. So let's keep this moving. Looks like we've got 5 GAs as well. That's really good. But no GA on the Doombringer. And of course, the one boss that is my least favorite to go through is the one that I have the most materials for. But as long as we get those mythics, I will not be upset at all. Run number 63, we've got 1 GA, but no mythics. Got 12 more runs to go after this. Show me the money, baby. Two GA gloves. We got a GA on the boots too. Again, we'll take all the GAs we can get, but I'd love to see a GA on a mythic unique. So let's keep this moving. 65. Let's go. Also curious, out of everyone that is watching this video, how many of you guys have played Diablo 1, 2, and 3, and how many of you guys are new to the Diablo series altogether? I would imagine we've got a lot of returning players, but statistically I'm hearing there's also a lot of new players that have joined, which I think is really good. The Diablo community is a really great community, and out of all the games that I've played, I feel like they've been the most helpful and the most generous. Anytime I get stuck on something, I can post it into the trade chat, and somebody's always willing to help out, or they offer some kind of a service. But in most cases, somebody will step up and just offer to do it for free. I know I had a hard time beating Lilith the first couple of seasons, but since once you learn those mechanics, it gets a little bit easier. But I've been seeing a lot of people offering to help out with those Lilith runs. All right, run 67. Looks like we've got a Helm. Is it going to be a Shaco, or do we have an Endariel's? Unfortunately, it did not have a GA on it, but this would be our third Mythic unique, so it looks like things are looking up, and that was a Endariel's Visage. I will take it. Endariel's has been quite good this season as well. There are a couple, especially rogue builds, that have been extremely effective with it, but we've also seen a couple of sorceress builds out there using Endariel's too, which is really fun. I love having that variety, especially since sorceress is not able to use any type of poison elemental type things. It's really nice to be able to dip into that too and give us that fourth Tal Rasha stack. So really fun to play with. Plenty of different builds. Tried the chain lightning with the axial conduits, and that was a lot of fun too, especially getting to level 60. Easier to work with. Maybe some of you guys got lucky and was able to get that through the seasonal chests. Unfortunately for me, I had to do many runs with the Grigor. I still can't pronounce this, but the lightning guy, and finally was able to get one. And then of course after you get your first one, then suddenly it's raining axial conduits, which I was able to share with a lot of you guys through the trade chat and give out for free. Not really too big on selling items. I mean, I think it's great, especially if you are using that Diablo.trade website. But for me, it just feels like it's a little bit too much work. And quite honestly, I'd rather just give them out to people that are maybe not playing as much or haven't had the opportunity to try it. Got a GA on a fractured winter glass. Okay. Still haven't gotten a GA with fractured winter glass on the conjuration skill. And run 73. This one is with Duriel, and we got one GA on the helm, but I don't see any more mythics. We've got a couple more runs. I am a true believer that we can get at least one. The goal was to get one every about 10 or so, but if we can end up with 5, I'd be super happy still. We got 2 GAs on the boots. Take a look and see if it's anything good here. Gosh, this altar just drives me absolutely insane. Isu's critical strike damage is not bad. I really hope they fix that in Season 6. Just move the dang altar somewhere else. Put it at the entrance. Get rid of it. Do something. But please do not put it in the middle. Makes it so difficult and it's so aggravating. Alright. This is going to be our final run. Let's take a look and see. Are we going to get a 4th, possibly 5th mythic unique from this? And no. So we've done a total of 76 Tormented boss runs, and of which we only managed to get 3 mythic uniques. So there we go. That's what we have. 76 with 3. That leaves us at about a 4% or so, about 4% drop rate with mythic. So not quite what I was looking to have, unfortunately, but again, this was really just to kind of test it out with those remaining materials. So not overly upset, but at the same time, would have been nice to see a couple of more, especially going into Season 6. We know that those drop rates are going to decrease again, or so I've heard. So we'll see if we get lucky there, but really excited to jump into the next season here. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know if you guys like this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Leave some comments below if there's something different you'd like to see. I'm more than happy to do something different as well, but that's what we got. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you guys next time.